Look at this, look at these. See how water changes the presence? Water gives it life. See here, water dripping down. All of these formations were formed by water or water deposition over the passage of time. And like I said, it's not overnight. Some of these formations in caves are hundreds of thousands of years old, right? That's how long it would take them to go that big. And the pools, because evidently you see water up there. See there's water on the floor there. There's water, traces of water. It's just water that seeps through the surface from above. Okay? That's what you see. So water is what gives it life. Alright? When she's pleased. You know, to the Mayans, their gods they had benevolent and malevolent nature, right? And the rain god is one of the classic examples. Since we're here, a benevolent rain god would bring enough water for the crops to grow, the harvest to be bountiful. A malevolent rain god would bring tropical storms and hurricanes and flooding, right? The logical explanation. Now, as the Mayans started moving deeper into the cave, they started bringing bigger pieces of artifacts. Some of the most common ceramic artifacts you find are big vessels like this. We call them oyas. They're the most common. And let me show you one. I'm going to use my light now. You see where my light is? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you call an oya. An oya is just a big ceramic vessel, right? Those are some of the most common cave pots that you find. But you have artifacts. I'm going to just move my light now, slowly, along here. See?
Oh, yeah.
You have artifacts on the floor here. There's a fire pit there again. Artifacts along here. Pieces there. This piece has been stepped on many times by people because we used to allow people to walk in, but then these are problems that we encounter. You have artifacts along here. Broken shards. This is a calcified grindstone, a complete calcified grindstone here. You have artifacts. See? Alright. Then look at these two nice pots right there. See where my light is now?
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Very well preserved.
That's one thing archaeologists love about a cave environment, is an environment that does not change for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? Some of these vessels are in their exact position that the Mayans actually left them in, right? And we're going to be talking about rituals and what we actually see, because you're going to see that some vessels seem to be complete, some seem to be really badly broken, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Interesting little, see that?
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask.
Do you see there?
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Potter's mark.
It's a little effigy, right? Mm-hmm. What does it look like?
A person.
Yeah, you can see
monkey.
this has a head, it has both arms and both legs, right? Now, I've heard a lot of names really called, right? A lot of names called. Because it's an elevated platform. See, they precisely chose this location. Rather than coming in here and having to build their own altar, they use natural formations that they already found. Okay? So you see them. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about is, if you look at the position of these artifacts, when it actually relates to food offering, it portrays three distinctive positions. Now, there's only two places in this cave where you're going to find the very same position of these artifacts. There's only two places. One is here, the other is right across on the floor, right in the cave. All right, look at them carefully, please. That's complete. And you see the three distinctive position again? You see it? Mm-hmm. This vessel is upside down. This one is face up. Evidence of burning. Look at all that white cloudiness, what we call pottery clouding. That's evidence of burning. And that's one on its side. Here's the fire pit right in between here. You see the fire pit? Mm-hmm. Remember I said that's the profile of Ixchel, one of the many representations of Ixchel. Ixchel was the Maya moon goddess, the goddess of childbirth, fertility, and medicine. Remember I said that she was the wife of the rain god Chak, who both resided in caves. Okay? Now, the reason I say it was to petition this individual, based on where the artifacts are, because of the number of skeletal remains found in the cave, they have identified 14. Okay? 14, that means there are 14 individuals, all believed to be human sacrifice. Okay? Of the 14 of them, 6 of them are infants, or children, most of them below age 3. 7 are adult or sub-adult males, and there's only one positively identified female in the entire group. 2 is face down, and can you see trauma on that? Mm-hmm. The most consistent trauma is crazy blows to the head. All right? But in this pool here, you have a bunch of other bones, though. Tibia and a fibia. There's a long bone. Here's a long bone. Here's another long bone. Look at this. This is a vertebral column. See? Part of a shoulder bone, part of a pelvis, right there. And you have your sacrum, your tailbone right there. There's a tailbone. See that? Okay, so this is buried again underneath here. These are two sub-adult males. Have been identified as sub-adult. Right? Look at the position she's actually in. Look at that position she's in. Is that a deliberate position? Was she placed in that position after she was sacrificed?
Yes.
There are many things we cannot tell. Because look at that position. One arm is up this way. The other is down like a dancing or a happy position, right? So there's many things that we cannot tell as to what may have happened. How she was actually killed. But this is the only complete skeleton. Everything is complete. The arms, the fingers, the rib cage, the legs, the toes, the jaw, the complete setup. Look at that complete setup. I said that he's a child, anywhere between 9 and 10 to possibly 14 years old. So he's a child, all right? And we believe bound. Bound means he was tied. You could see the evidence of the child is facing the wall and see the arm bones behind him. They both meet right there. That is evidence in being in a captive position, right? And also, some of them are trapped behind this little wall, and the others were just displaced along the floor that we see here, right? All naturally formed. This is one of the first chambers. Every time it rains, this is one of the first chambers where water settles. And water, like I said, settles. Water does not get that flow. When it settles, it starts to form these little travertine dams and pools, and it eventually seeps down slowly right through there.